July 2023 and August 2023 has been a very busy month for Kenyan sportsmen and women. We have so many teams away, but we are talking athletics here. And we have a team that was heading to the Commonwealth Youth Games in Trinidad and Tobago, and then we have the World Athletics Championship in Budapest. And that is where I decided I'd rather look for Janeth Jepkosgei, because we celebrate her. She's done so much for this country. And of course, she has been at the World Championship. She's a gold medalist in Osaka 2007. But before we talk about Osaka, Janeth, it has been a long, long journey for you.
Yeah.
Where did it all start?
Actually, my career started while I was a youth. And I'm happy being a part of the youth team going to Commonwealth, because it's a process actually, and it's where I grew up. I became a youth, and then a junior, and then a senior actually. And now I'm in the management level, which is it's another achievement for me. Yeah.
How does it feel working with the junior team, and you worked with the senior in the Commonwealth Games? And now you are a good manager. That means you are a good manager.
It's the best actually, because these athletes, when you bring her from the junior level to the senior level, it's quite easier because you get to understand how they grow up, everything. It's a process, and I really love it, because when I see people like Kina Wanyonyi, Kina Nelly, we have those who have gone to US. I love it because I know where we started. Maybe we started when we just identify as a talent, and now they're winning.
And because you're talking about you, because you need to celebrate you as we celebrate them, of course. Tell me about your youth days. You also won, is it a gold medal? Is it 2002?
Yes. First of all, I must say it has been a long journey for my career, because I started running, my first 800 meters was going to Bydgoszcz in Poland, 99, when I just my first 800 meters. It was a trial, which it was, my transport was paid by Brother Colum actually, because I told him I really wanted to try, and he told me I like people want to try. That was my first chance, and I really got to participate in the championship. And then 2002 I went to Jamaica, where I won gold medal, and then the rest is history actually. Being a junior to the senior level, there are some challenges, of course, when you leave the junior side and entering into the senior level. If you don't have someone to guide you, it's somehow you face some challenges, which my career, there were some challenges also, transiting from the junior level to the senior level. Yeah.
But you managed.
Yeah, I managed it because I really enjoy when I won the gold medal in Melbourne, Commonwealth. It was the best.
I remember that. That is when we gave you the name Eldoret Express.
Yeah, really. That's why I got my name, and it's still my name up to now.
Yeah,
I really enjoy.
So tell me, relive those moments for the Commonwealth Games, because last year, 2022, we were in Birmingham, and you were on the other side of the fence. And then Mary Mora won.
Yeah.
How beautiful.
It's nice, because I know when you win a Commonwealth or an Olympic, actually, it's the best. Even the World Championships. But I was happy because I was in the management side also on that in Birmingham. And I'm happy when I see a new talent coming up. I'm really happy for Mary Mora, because sometimes I stay back and I say, is the 800 meters in Kenya is there any cup growing? And I'm trying always like to fill up that cup actually, which I really wanted to fill the cup of 800 meters with Nelly Jepkosgei, but now she's doing well in the 1500 meters. But we have Mary Mora, who has grown up from the youth to the junior, and now doing fantastic in the senior, which now being with the youth, it's I really motivate them to tell them that there's a transition, we have to make it. Yeah.
I know there's a time you were quite worried about 800 meters, and you used to talk about it, and I'm glad that we have so many coming up.
Yeah.
And when you ran in the Commonwealth Games back then, how did it feel when you were watching Mora and reliving your moment, like this was me, now this is Mora? How was it for you?
It reminded me when I won the Commonwealth Games in Melbourne actually, where it was a peak of my career, when no one was expecting that. I think 99% nobody was expecting that, except me and my coach, whom we knew we had done something in training. And comparing with the season which at close-up, I was peaking actually. So myself, I knew I will get something, but not a gold medal. Actually, running with Maria Mutola, it was not an easy thing. And also seeing Mora running in Commonwealth last year, I was not really expecting her to win, because she was still new. with less experience. This is a big championship for her. But the way she moved, and then she came back and told me, you know, I watch your running, I watch in YouTube how you ran, and I decided to apply. And I was telling Mora, but you risk. You ran in front and then you went behind and then you start. But, you know, Mora, she believes on herself, which actually it was my secret. I used to believe on myself.
And I loved your discipline.
Thank you. Thank you.
I loved your discipline. Going to the African Games, there is a moment I never forget, and I'm watching you in the African Games and the flag is being hoisted and you're there. You remember that time?
That was in Mauritius.
Yes.
Yes. Mauritius was the toughest race actually, because it was wind towards the finishing line. Mutola was there, and you know, it was we came from a season where I beat Mutola, and we wanted to, it was like a revenge. She wanted to show it that no, it's not over. And Amia trying to challenge her. So I remember we passed the first lap with Josephine Nyarunda. She took us with 56, which we were not ready. But finally I won, and I went ahead to win the World Cup. And from there, that's when I picked my courage actually. Yeah.
Exit Mutola, enter Caster Semenya.
Yeah. Exit Mutola, Caster Semenya, yes. And then many. In athletics, there are so many challenges, because sometimes you come to feel it after when you realize, okay, you are racing with Russians, and then after 1 year, someone was doping. And that's what I felt in 2019 when I went to Doha to pick up my medal actually, which was a silver medal. So it was sweet to get it direct after my race, but not like you get it after. Yeah. But I always say it's a challenge. We have to face it. And you know, talking of Semenya, I always say I'm not against it. I will never be against this, because it's a natural thing. I'll just like to see this gender issue being given an opportunity to compete in sports, maybe to create another category. Not to be disadvantaged to someone else or advantage to someone else, but I would like them to compete, because even here in Kenya we have so many girls who are in that category. But I always encourage them that the sport is for everyone. Let the authorities try to see how we can put them to compete like any other person. Yeah.
Janeth, I like that you have opened your mind about it.
Thank you.
Because there are so many people who tell a different story.
Yeah.
And it's good that you've talked about it, because that's a very sensitive issue. And we also have girls also competing. Yeah. And how do they feel when you label them? Yeah. Labeling is not good. Yeah. So it is good that it is being worked on, and you're very passionate about that. And don't misquote her, please. Don't misquote her. Let's go to the World Athletics Championship. This being another year. Last year was in Oregon.
Yeah.
Mora got a medal, not what she had hoped for, and then she made up for Birmingham. But yours in Osaka, Japan, 2007. How was it?
It was nice, you know. Before going to Osaka, actually, I had a 2 weeks tough training, which it was not coming up while in Italy. And we had even decided that maybe it will not be my year to run in Osaka. And then I came back to Kenya, and after 4 days, I realized that I was full of training. So I was relaxing, and I came for the trials. I ran good, and I realized that my body was coming back. So the training went well. We did a time trial here actually in Kenya. Before, I had a routine where I do a specific training for championship before, which will give me not even almost the results of what I was going to do. So while in Tekam, I did my 600, which I did a very good time. The coaches who were there, they were surprised. I did a 400, I did a 300. And going to Osaka, it's only me, my pacemaker, and my coach who knew that something was going to come. So when I was running in Osaka, I really wanted to win. I remember my coach telling me, if I don't see that finger out, I will know that you have not kicked all out. So I had actually at the 80 meters just to put my finger out, just to show my coach that I was doing. But the confidence, the training which he has given me, it was fantastic. I really enjoy Osaka. Up to now, I still enjoy Osaka, because that's something which really puts also my name up. And seeing Mora, the way she runs, I'm confident that Mora will bring us something in the World Championship. As we go to Budapest, I really wish Kenya team all the best. And for the 800 meters, I just want to tell Mary Mora, you have it, go for it.
I like that. Anyway, she won the Sports Personality of the Year, and that's an award everybody celebrates in the country.
Yeah. I really enjoy those moments when I was running, but I'm also enjoying this moment because I'm with the young ones and I can see them performing. I started working with the refugees last year. It's a program with this education and sports, and it's a very good thing actually. It came actually on the time I was thinking, where can I go, what can I do in this sports? But when I was conducted by World Athletics, it's something very nice. So I must say, I thank Athletics Kenya for the support and World Athletics for that opportunity, because it gives you also to know how other people live. The refugees, you know, they come from difficult lifestyle, their childhood has become of war. So you get these stories which sometimes you feel emotional, but you know you have to remain strong to encourage them. And right now we have 2 girls who are going to Budapest. They are going to run a 5,000 and an 800. There's these girls who have really improved a lot. I took her when she was running 100 meters, and now she's running 800 meters. Because I realized she's not an 100 meters, she's not a sprinter, but she can do well in the 800 meters. She's a Form 2, and she has run at 2 minutes 13 seconds from 2:48 where we started this year. So I'm really looking forward for her to run good in Budapest, or to improve her time. Ours is to improve always, and have to see how the Olympics will go, because this is another opportunity for them. So I must say we are doing great, and when I come back from Budapest, I will also go back to my refugees to assist them. Yeah.
I thank you that. I thank you for it. That is a very honorable thing that you're doing in sports. You always ask, what are they doing? Our former athletes, they're giving back to the society, but in a quiet way. They're not loud, but they're doing so much for this country, and you should be grateful. And there's somebody you're not talking about Wanyonyi. The new sensation in the 800 meters, yes.
Yeah, Wanyonyi is a very polite boy, talented, and you know, as I always say, I'm a young coach coming up, and I also I look for advice also. But I was lucky because when I started coaching, I had my former coach working with us. So Claudia is helping us a lot on many things. Like now, going for championship is the one taking care of them. Nelly, Margaret Chelimo, all these things, because it reaches a point where you need also to see how best you can do and how best someone else can do. So I trust the training for Claudia. He met me a world champion. He met Nancy Jepet, an Olympic champion, Unisum, Alfred Kirwa. So we work together as a team. These are young kids coming up, Wanyonyi, Nelly, and the rest who are there. So I normally assist on the logistics, mentally, and I'm the one who recruited them. I'm the one who goes to the field to see and to tap these talents. So, but we have a great team actually. If you want to succeed, you don't work alone. You work as a team. Like Wanyonyi never did well in Monaco. He was with the flu. So we don't have to leave that athlete to panic like, oh, it is a championship, something has happened. No, we have 3 weeks to work on that. And he's in good shape. He's a very polite boy. And I really wish him all the best. He will have a long career. I really want a long career for this next generation. I really want them to run for 10, 15 years. It is possible. We did it. It is possible. I really want to talk about doping in Kenya. It has become a very, very bad thing. It has given our Kenyan name, or it's putting our Kenyan name in a very bad position. We are now categorized in category A, which is very risk. And every time you wake up, you open social media, someone has been got. I like to tell my fellow athletes, please, let's stay clean, run clean, and you'll have a long career. Shortcut is always not good. Because when you do something where, you know, athletes, these people, when you follow up and you see why they did that, you don't get an athlete who came from junior to the senior level actually. 3/4 those who came in the middle of their they didn't run junior, they didn't run senior, and you caught them doping mostly. I would like to tell them, have a long career, run clean, and you will, even being position 5 in a race, you have done your best. So always do your best, but stay clean.
Actually, it is a subject which makes me sad, because during your times, you ran clean. And those were happy moments that we still cling on to, and people should just focus on their careers. That desperation that is coming out of so many athletes, I think is what's killing. Everybody wants to win and win fast.
Yeah.
And it's something that the youth are also grappling with now that you're handling the youth.
Yeah. I'm happy because right now, like when we are in the camp here, the ADA came in to talk about it, and I also told her that the right group actually to deal with now is to bring up the young ones knowing about this issue of doping, so that we try to avoid before they will grow up knowing this is bad. So, and you know, when a kid grows up with something, it's always stuck in their minds. So this is the right generation whereby we need also to introduce this thing in schools.
Something that is also very important, and I always go back, something sad, women in sports. And there are a lot of women in sports suffering from domestic violence. It hurts me because I remember Agnes Europe, and I remember I covered her so many times. And what happened to her is not an isolated case.
Yeah.
And you are very passionate about it because you are also mentoring her.
It's so sad that Agnes is not with us anymore. It's so sad because every time I look at the pictures for Agnes, it makes me so sad because this was a champion actually. We could not miss Agnes in the team. Yeah, she was going to be in this team for Budapest. It's something we need to talk about it openly actually, especially with our Kenyan female athletes on the coaching. But also something when we were doing some, you know, sometimes we talk these things with athletes, or sometimes you sit somewhere and you talk about it. We should not actually focus only on the female. Also the men have issues and we should deal with it. Yeah, I remember when it was the issue for Agnes, some men came out talking freely, and their statements were valid. So we need to deal with both sides, not only the female, but also for the female, they should not be so afraid to come out and talk about what is happening in their lives. You know, as Africans, you know, sometimes we say, okay, if I tell my problem to someone else, it will go with someone else, it will go. But this is the time where we have to be open and say it. It happens to everyone. It happens. These things happen to so many people. Even when you read from the outside, you can realize there are problems with the sports people. But we need to be open. I think Chemos has been doing very well, trying to sort out these issues, but it's also tough for her. I can say it is tough for her because she faces, sometimes it's so dangerous also, because you can get someone abusing you, an husband, if he realized that you have talked to the wife about it, or someone has come to tell you a story. So sometimes it's 50-50. That's why they are scared to talk about it at first. But now it's coming out. I can say for real, ladies now, they are coming out to talk about it. I think also we should not only include only sports, like we should also look into some other people to talk to us as female athletes, not Janeth going to talk to fellow female athletes. There is that challenge because someone sees you today, so fulani ananiongelesha nini. So we have those challenges, and when we had a talk with some athletes, they prefer also to have some different people from different field. Like we have our Kenyan lawyers, female, we have teachers, female teachers, you know. Let's get out of not only female, athletes on athletes, but let's have diversity. Let's have something which is open to everyone, because when you see our society, it's not only athletes being killed also. Tomorrow you see a neighbor being killed by the husband, the wife. So this goes actually to all women. Let's say all women in Africa. Yeah, I can say all women in Africa. We need to have that, to talk openly actually, but also to have some people who are really more expert to talk to us. Yeah.
You heard it. We need the experts to talk about it. It starts with us to talk about it, because as a journalist, I know we've been there. We don't talk about it, but somehow in our works it gets out. But it's something that I think it's something to do with our culture. We are not supposed to let everything talk about dirty linen, but that dirty linen is eating us up, both the boy child and the girl child. So it's time to break the silence so that we can move along. We salute our women, we celebrate them, we celebrate our athletes, sportsmen and women. So should you. Kenyan sportsmen and women have done us so much pride. Our ambassadors, wakujitolea. So it is time to also do our part and celebrate them. And that is why we are here with Janeth Jepkosgei.
Thank you.
Celebrating her. We love her. We still remember her. And we'll still follow her because she is nurturing more talent, and that is a very good thing for me because you are nurturing people from the grassroots level, and by the time they reach the seniors, we have champions in the making. So parting shots, Janeth?
As a GTM for Youth Commonwealth, and I want to wish the Buddha best, the world champions of Kenya, all the best.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It's good. I'll give you a hug because
thank you, you're welcome.
I've grown with all of you, and I'm proud to be part of Team Kenya. Even as a journalist, I'm proud to be part of Team Kenya.
We are proud of you too. We feel comfortable.
We grow together. So I've seen you grow, and here we are still together. So I'm grateful. So back to you, Ampha. That was Janeth Jepkosgei, Eldoret Express. I remember her in the World Championship, in Commonwealth Games, in the Continental Cup, in Africa Games, you name them, everything she's done it all in the 800 meters, and now she has people coming up and doing the nation proud as well. And that was for the S. We celebrate her. So we'll also be looking for other champions as we go along. Back to you, Ampha Apidi.
But here is the queen of 800 meters. And she said very well that now she knows she is competitive and she will go for it.
she certainly is competitive, yes. She's more than competitive.
This to her was competition and she won it. The gold medal going to Kenya.
And a very modest-looking Janeth Jepkosgei. I've been getting on her back, I know, a little bit with her rather overconfident victory celebrations, especially in the heats. But a very, very deserving champion indeed. She was the favourite after the heats, and she's fully delivered on that. And she's dealt with the pressure brilliantly to deliver the gold medal. So then it's a first ever World Championship gold medal for Kenya in the 800 meters, and it's gone to Janeth Jepkosgei. So a new dynasty opening up in Kenyan running, not distance running this time, but middle distance running.
And for the women, the men have won it as well before, but for the women, it's a very, very fast time.